Now, they're a lot like us. The weather's the same. They have a massive agriculture sector. As was just referred to, Mr. Harrison here, is the massive uranium deposits being developed by partners from our country like Cameco. Potash deposits worth mining that we're now working on that with them. You know, they're a lot like us and they're a great place. We share a 1,000-kilometer border with the U.S. They share a 1,000-kilometer border with Russia and China. We both have 1,000-kilometer borders. Now, we've become good friends. How this started, you're wondering, how did we get to here today? So Tim Gitzel sends me an email saying, Eric, because Tim does a lot in Kazakhstan, because Cameco has large operations, says, Eric, can you take Nerlin, right there, from the embassy, to meet some people? And he had a list. And I went, yes, sir. You know, I thought we'd better do that. So off we went, and then that led to a conversation about PDAC in March, the Prospectors and Developers Conference. And at that event, we held an event for, to look at the Kazakh potash deposits. And there was about 6, I think, that were fairly worthwhile mining. And we had some very large companies and smaller companies from our province attend that event, a lot of engineering firms from our province. Well, then that led to 2 MOUs with Kazakhstan on information sharing on geology. And then in August, Kazatomprom came around and we had meetings with our members to look at uranium over there as well. And then in the meantime, I got another note from Nerlin. I mentioned the ambassador's coming to Saskatchewan and he'd like to come to our event. I said, sure. So that's how this all got to be. Now, on a personal level, we had supper last night. I visited with Nerlin a lot. Wonderful people, great people. If you ever get a chance to chat and visit, they're just wonderful people to visit, and it's so nice to have them here. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to introduce His Excellency Ambassador Kussainov.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Saskatchewan. Thank you, Eric, for your warm introduction, and I would like just also express my gratitude to SIMSA for extending this generous invitation to the 9th Annual Saskatchewan Suppliers Energy Forum. I'm visiting Saskatchewan for the first time, and just Eric told before, it reminds me my hometown in Kazakhstan, Kokshetau. The landscape and climate are similar, and the people in Regina are just as welcoming and open as people in my own country. It is a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you very much. Distinguished participants, the energy sector is a lifeblood of Kazakhstan's economy. Over the last 30 years, oil production in Kazakhstan has tripled from 26.6 million tons in 1991 to 84.2 million tons in 2022, while oil exports amounted to 64.3 million tons in the past year. Today, there are more than 100 Canadian companies working in Kazakhstan, with almost 30 working in the oil and gas sector. These companies continue to support the sound development of Kazakhstan's resources, including through maximizing the resources extracted from existing wells, as well as helping other companies ensure to meet Kazakhstan's strict environmental and safety standards. The renewable energy sector is an emerging but promising niche for cooperation between our countries. Kazakhstan has significant potential in this area, including 920 billion kilowatt per hour per year in wind energy potential, 3,000 hours per year in solar, and 62 million kilowatt hour per year in hydropower. Our country can also play a major role in development and production of green hydrogen. We are of the firm belief that our wind, sun, and extensive lands can make Kazakhstan one of the leaders in this sector. During today's geopolitical turmoil, Kazakhstan is ready to act as a strategic partner for Canada in diversifying its external sources of critical raw materials and intermediate materials. Our country possesses almost all the elements of the periodic table. We have enormous opportunities to implement joint projects in geological exploration, mining, metallurgical, and electrical industries. We are currently in the process of finalizing the national audit of deposits and the classification of data on a number of rare metals as a precursor to the opening up of opportunities to develop this sector. Kazakhstan's government has set an ambitious target to achieve net zero by 2060. The reality is that to meet this target, we will need to invest in technology and infrastructure, including power generation and transmission, hydrogen development, and low-carbon energy systems. Overall, Kazakhstan, as one of the largest and fastest growing economies in Central Asia, is eager to expand its cooperation with Canada. In this regard, we are continuing to take measures to remain an investment magnet in Central Asia, facilitating the consistent inflow of foreign investments. In State of the Nation address on September 1st, the President Tokayev of Kazakhstan outlined the government's ambitions to create a favorable and flexible regulatory and fiscal environment for investors. In particular, he announced that investors will be exempted from taxes and other compulsory payments for the first 3 years of their investment. Preferential rights to use the subsoil will be granted to investors who commit to undertake geological exploration at their own expense. Time and procedures for project approval will be halved through further reforms to the state expertise and full digitalization of the process. Ladies and gentlemen, Kazakhstan remains committed to deepening and broadening our multifaceted ties with Canada, particularly in the energy sphere. In this context, I wish to underline that, first, regional partnerships such as those between Kazakhstan and Saskatchewan province are instrumental. Our shared attributes, from our abundant energy sources to our progressive economic frameworks and even our similar environmental conditions, lay the foundation for thriving, mutually beneficial collaborations. Second, Saskatchewan's commendable strides in both traditional sectors like oil and gas, mining and agriculture, as well as its investment and innovation and technology, speak to the visionary leadership and entrepreneurial spirit of this province. Third, energy is the backbone of both of our economies. In this regard, let us not forget the exemplary partnership between Kazatomprom and Cameco Corporation, which since its inception in 1992 has eliminated the possibilities that lie in synergetic cooperation between Kazakhstan and Canada. This partnership exists not just in name but in practice, propelling job creation and economic productivity in both of our countries. We're taking tangible steps to facilitate the work of Canadian enterprises in Kazakhstan, including a visa-free regime, regular meeting of our business council, and the organization of consistent missions to Kazakhstan for Canadian investors and companies alike. Dear friends, as a newly accredited ambassador of Kazakhstan, I will make sure that the economic partnership between Kazakhstan and Saskatchewan expand and diversify across the potential sectors and industries. I trust that this forum will serve as a beacon, eliminating a plethora for business opportunities that reside within my country. Kazakhstan is steadfast in its readiness to prolong this constructive dialogue and remains open to Canadian business, fostering collaboration both within our borders and in the broader region. Thank you very much, and I wish you a productive forum.